Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling. Imagine tuning in to watch your favorite stars share a lighthearted moment, only for the broadcast to spiral into a confrontation so intense, it left millions speechless. This isn't a drama scene, this is real life. Tonight, we take you inside the live stream that has the entire Asian entertainment world on edge. It started as one of those evenings fans eagerly anticipate. A live broadcast that promised lighthearted banter, playful exchanges, and rare glimpses behind the curtain of a highly awaited drama. The virtual room was buzzing with energy. Comments were pouring in from every corner of the globe. People from New York to Seoul, Tokyo to Paris had marked their calendars for this moment. Not because they expected news, but because they craved connection with two stars whose chemistry had become something of a comfort. Liu Yuning appeared on screen from his own location, relaxed and smiling, while Zhao Lusi radiated her trademark warmth, her laughter carrying the familiar rhythm of someone at ease in the spotlight. At first, it felt like the perfect snapshot of modern celebrity culture, intimate yet shared by millions. But then, a shift so subtle it almost slipped past the untrained eye began to unfold. Zhao Lusi's gaze flickered away from the camera for just a second longer than usual. The brightness in her expression dimmed, replaced by something quieter, heavier. Her words trailed, her posture stiffened, and although nothing had yet been said, something was already changing. For a few moments, viewers might have assumed it was just a technical hiccup, a distraction off camera, perhaps even fatigue from a long day. Yet those who know the rhythms of live interactions could sense it. The atmosphere was no longer carefree. The air seemed to thicken with an unseen tension, one that didn't belong in a setting meant to celebrate an upcoming project. Then came the sound, at first faint, an indistinct murmur that the audience could barely make out. But it grew, sharpened, and soon, the voices were no longer background noise but undeniable intrusions. The chat slowed as if the collective audience leaned closer, trying to catch the words. Liu Yuning's expression shifted almost imperceptibly, his smile faltering as his eyes narrowed slightly, registering the change. It was as if the room, the stream, and the very mood of the night had been claimed by an unseen force. In that fragile moment before the confrontation revealed itself fully, the broadcast balanced on a knife's edge. The joy of shared anticipation was dissolving into something unfamiliar. A quiet alertness, an unspoken recognition that the evening was about to turn into something no one had signed up for. It was here, in this stillness before the storm, that the story truly began. It happened so abruptly that the shift felt almost unreal, as if the broadcast itself had taken a breath and then exhaled something entirely different. One moment, Zhao Lusi was engaged with her audience, speaking with that familiar warmth that drew people in. The next, the door behind her swung open with a force that instantly broke the fragile rhythm of the live. The movement was quick, decisive, the kind that carried intent. Figures stepped into the frame's edge, not hesitating, not asking for permission. Even without understanding their words at first, viewers could feel the change in the air. A sudden heaviness that demanded attention. The voices came fast, firm, layered with an authority that didn't belong in the setting of a fan broadcast. They weren't here to join, to joke, or to support. They were here to confront. The cadence of their speech was sharp, the tone unyielding, the sort of sound that can cut through a room and rearrange its atmosphere in an instant. Zhao Lusi's face, once open and animated, stilled into something far more guarded. Her eyes searched briefly for the camera, for the audience that had just been laughing with her moments before, but then dropped again as the voices grew louder, closing in. On the other side of the screen, Liu Yuning's reaction was a silent thread connecting the millions watching. His expression shifted slowly, deliberately, from polite attentiveness to something more focused, more concerned. He leaned forward slightly, the kind of movement that says a person is trying to listen more carefully, to piece together what is unfolding. His smile was gone, replaced by the stillness of someone calculating what this moment meant. and whether his presence could help or only make things worse. For viewers, the change was visceral. The comfortable distance between them and the stars they admired had collapsed. They were no longer passive spectators but witnesses to something intimate and uncomfortable. Every sound seemed amplified, the shuffle of footsteps, the clipped edges of sentences, the subtle pauses between responses. In those few minutes, the lighthearted event they had gathered for dissolved entirely, replaced by a live display of tension that felt both uninvited and unavoidable. It was the moment when the reality of industry power dynamics broke through the glossy surface of entertainment, and no one, least of all the two people at the center of the screen, could turn it back. Long after the stream ended, when the live chat had slowed to silence and the recorded footage began circulating across platforms, people started noticing what they had missed in the immediacy of the moment. At first, the conversation online was about the confrontation itself. The raised voices, the abrupt intrusion, the visible discomfort on Zhao Lusi's face. But then, more attentive eyes began picking out fragments the rest had overlooked. In the lower corner of Liu Yuning's screen, just barely visible behind the glow of his monitor, there was a notebook. In one frame, his hand could be seen moving across the page. In another, the faint sound of a pen scratching against paper seemed to cut through the background noise. It wasn't much, but for those replaying the footage, it felt significant. This wasn't the behavior of someone merely sitting through an awkward moment. It looked like the quiet, deliberate actions of someone preserving details, words, tone, timing, as if each line could matter later. There was also the brief moment when his gaze shifted away from the camera, his eyes flicking to the side as if listening to someone just out of view. For a few seconds, his lips moved without sound, a private communication unfolding beyond the audience's reach. These small, almost imperceptible details sparked new theories. Was Liu Yuning documenting the incident for his own protection? Or was he preparing to support Zhao Lusi if this escalated into a legal battle? Did he send a message to someone in the industry that night, alerting them before the story broke into the public eye? Some claim to have insider knowledge that calls were made after the live ended. Quiet, careful conversations that hinted at alliances being formed behind the scenes. The more people examined these details, the more the live stream transformed from a single shocking event into something layered and complex. It was no longer just about the visible confrontation. It was about the silent undercurrent, the choices made in real time by those caught in it, and the possibility that what the world saw was only the surface of a deeper story. In these hidden gestures and split-second decisions, there was a different kind of drama. One not shouted into microphones but written quietly in the margins, waiting for its moment to be revealed. The emotional core: why fans care. To outsiders, this could be just another celebrity scandal. But for fans, it's about more than contracts or career politics. It's about humanity. It's about seeing someone you admire, someone you've watched grow and succeed, suddenly cornered and stripped of control. Zhao Lusi didn't lash out. She didn't crumble. She stood her ground with quiet strength, repeating that she had done nothing wrong, that she simply wanted to make her own choices. That moment resonated worldwide, from Seoul to San Francisco, from Tokyo to Toronto. What happened in that live stream is now sparking conversations about power, freedom, and the unseen pressures of the entertainment industry. Former agency staff are speaking out. Fans are organizing, raising funds for legal help, and translating updates into multiple languages so no one misses the truth. And in a rare show of unity, celebrities from different countries are sharing one message: artists are not property. What happens next could change not only Zhao Lusi's future, but the way agencies treat talent across Asia. And here on Update X24H, we'll be following every twist, every statement, and every behind-the-scenes revelation. If this story moved you, shocked you, or made you think, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss the next update. Thank you for being here with us, and remember, your voice matters. Together we can keep the spotlight where it belongs, on the truth.